Chapter 9. A Matter of Choice. William telephoned Joan early on Friday morning.
Hello.
Joan, I must speak to you.
Why don't you come to the office, William? It's not open today, so we'll have time to talk.
William hurried to the office, and after Joan unlocked the door for him, he sat down opposite her in front of the big desk.
I need your help. It's about Kathy and the strange happenings at Hampton House. Kathy's never been like this before, but every time she goes near that house, she seems to be a different person. I don't believe in ghosts. Maybe the accident she had makes her see things. Kathy is special to me, but I'm afraid she is not the Kathy I knew anymore.
I thought you might want to talk to me about that. Kathy told me once that her mother died when she was very small, and she had never seen her grandmother. So I went to the old people's home and asked some old people who remembered Kathy's grandmother. They told me that when she was young, she used to work for Lord Hampton. So maybe Kathy's grandmother was the girl with the diamond heart.
Joan, I came to talk to you because I thought you were a logical person. It seems that I have made a mistake.
I believe that something happened to Kathy in that house, and if she's really special to you, then you must believe it too. If you can't do that, then let her go. You have until the meeting tomorrow to decide.
The next day was Saturday. Kathy walked slowly along the road to the offices of Helping Hand. She knew that the young people there were angry with her, especially William. The room was full of young people talking or sitting quietly waiting for Joan to tell them where to go. William was in a corner of the room with his close friends around him. He turned his back to Kathy, but Joan hurried over to her.
Hello, Kathy. How are you today?
I feel much better, thank you.
Come over here to my desk. I have something to say to these young people, and I want you beside me.
Confused, Kathy followed Joan and sat down near her desk.
Attention, please. As you all know, we haven't found a new office for Helping Hand yet, but we will finally find one. Sadly, I won't be here to help you. I'm moving away from this town, but there are many good people here to take my place. Today you must vote for a new leader. I have chosen 3 people I think will do the job well. William Owen, Sally Brown and John Holt. If you all agree, then please write the name of the person you want as a leader on a piece of paper. Then put your paper in the box on my desk.
After everyone had voted, they returned to their jobs. Kathy's job that day was to answer the telephone. When the office was quiet, Joan turned to Kathy.
That old house we saw, Hampton House, it's being pulled down today.
No!
Kathy jumped up from the chair. She ran outside, feeling that she had to visit the old house one more time. Chapter 10. The Final Moments. Kathy could hear the noise before she got to the house. She saw lorries blocking the road outside it, and workmen walking in and out. Then she saw the bulldozers. They were breaking the windows in the wooden balcony. Soon the rest of the roof fell in a cloud of dust.
Poor Lord Hampton. Now he'll be in that old house forever. I came too late. Now I can't do anything to help him.
The bulldozers were ready to pull down the rest of the house. A moment before they did so, Kathy saw a blinding light rising slowly above the house. For a moment, the house looked the way it did in the past, full of glamour, and then it fell to pieces. Only dust, bricks and stones were left where once the beautiful home of Lord Hampton had stood. Kathy looked at the light shining in the air. It became dimmer as it traveled higher. Then she thought she heard the voice call.
Goodbye, Kathy. Goodbye.
Have a safe journey, Lord Hampton. Goodbye.
Move along, miss. It's dangerous round here. Kathy smiled at the workman. Suddenly, she felt very happy. She did not go back to the Helping Hand office. Nobody telephoned her or came to her home. But Kathy didn't mind. She waited quietly for a message or sign. It came at last through an article on the front page of the local paper, which began with the words,
"No ghosts in Hampton House." They pulled Hampton House down last Saturday. The house was empty, apart from an old dining room table and 4 chairs buried under weeds and rubbish in the garden. They had obviously been there for many years. In the basement of the house, workmen found 2 armchairs and a small table. That was all that remained of a rich man's property. Helping Hand Club's office is going to be in the new building. "We're very pleased," said William Owen, the newly elected leader of Helping Hand. "If anyone has any information about the house or its previous owner, please contact the editor of this paper. Telephone 335-3572.
Kathy tore the newspaper into small pieces and threw them out of the window. The wind lifted the pieces high into the air. She didn't even look at them. The past was over, and now she was in a hurry to get to the new Helping Hand office. She wanted to see her friends again, but most of all she wanted to see William. Meanwhile, William was reading the same article at home. When he finished, he tore his newspaper into pieces and threw them into the dustbin. Then he took his coat and left. He walked down the road, whistling as he went. Then he saw Mrs. Smith coming out to collect her milk from the doorstep.
Good morning, Mrs. Smith.
There goes a young man in love. Best of luck, William.
It was the day Helping Hand was going to move to the new offices. The old building was full of people who were anxious to help. But it did not take more than a moment for William to realize that Kathy was not there. Suddenly, he felt miserable. He sat in his chair and closed his eyes.
She's right, of course. Who would want to be with a selfish person like me? I almost called her a liar, and I wasn't there when she needed me.
Are you speaking to me?
Kathy! I'm so sorry about what happened. I was selfish and cruel to you, but I promise you'll never be lonely or afraid again.
William took Kathy's hands into his and looked into her eyes. She looked back at him.
Hampton House was...
Forget Hampton House. It's part of the past.
Yes, but if we have any future together... if we have a future together...
Oh, Kathy, I want that more than anything. But can you forgive me for the way I acted? I will never doubt you again.
Of course I will, William.
Oh, Kathy, I love you so much.
I think that's everything.
Sue, with one of the removal men, was looking round to see if everything had been cleared away. She saw William and Kathy holding hands, looking into each other's eyes.
Well, you better put those 2 in the van. It's the only way we'll get them to the new offices.
They both turned to look at all the people watching them. William threw his head back and laughed. So did everyone else, their joyful laughter filling the building for the last time.